Norse mythology, 12th to 18th centuries. For centuries, sailors whispered about a beast so massive it could pull entire ships underwater. The Kraken wasn't mythology. Giant squids exist. Architeuthis ducks grows over 40 feet long, with eyes the size of dinner plates. In 1861, French warship Alecton crew encountered one off Tenerife. They tried capturing it, but the body separated, leaving just the tail. In 2004, Japanese researchers Tsunemi Kubodera and Kyoichi Mori captured the first photographs of a living giant squid near Ogasawara Islands. Norwegian bishop Erik Pontoppidan documented Kraken sightings in 1752. Swedish naturalist Carl Linnaeus classified it as Microcosmus marinus in 1735. Jules Verne's 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea popularized the creature in 1870. The beak can cut through steel cable. Tentacles have serrated sucker rings. Sailors weren't drunk. They were traumatized. The poison maidens, ancient India, Mauryan Empire 321 to 185 BC, Vishakanya, poison damsels, beautiful women raised from birth on carefully curated diets of poison and venom. Over years, they built immunity. Their bodily fluids became lethal. A single kiss meant death. Emperor Chandragupta Maurya's advisor Chanakya documented this in the Arthashastra around 300 BC. Greek ambassador Megasthenes wrote about them in Indica. These weren't bedtime stories. They were weapons, sent to enemy kings as gifts, concubines, dancers, entertainers. Intimate contact killed within hours. Symptoms included convulsions, vomiting blood, organ failure. The training began in childhood. Small doses of snake venom, arsenic, mercury, aconite, oleander, gradually increased concentrations. Most girls died during training. Survivors became invaluable assassins. King Porus allegedly used them against Alexander the Great's generals. The ultimate femme fatale. Toxic relationships made literal. Trepanation. Stone Age brain surgery. 10,000 BC onwards. Stone Age humans performed brain surgery with flint tools. Trepanation. Drilling holes into living skulls. Not post-mortem rituals. Patients survived for years. Archaeological evidence from France, Peru, Russia, China proves it. Skulls show clear bone regrowth around surgical sites. Success rates approached 75% in some cultures. Dr. Paul Broca studied trepanned skulls in 1867. Anthropologist Ephraim Squire examined Peruvian specimens in 1877. Techniques included scraping with obsidian blades, drilling with bow drills, cutting with copper or bronze instruments. Inca surgeon priests called Hampi Kamayoks specialized in cranial operations. They used coca leaves as anesthesia, quinoa bear as antiseptic. Treated head trauma, epilepsy, mental illness. Some believed they released evil spirits. Others understood pressure relief for brain injuries. Either way, Stone Age surgeons achieved what medieval European doctors couldn't: survival without antibiotics, anesthesia, or sterilization. Terrifying and brilliant. Female gladiators. Roman Empire. 1st to 2nd centuries A.D. Women fought and died in the Colosseum. Gladiatresses weren't myths. In 2000, archaeologists discovered a woman's grave in London containing gladiator honors, expensive pottery depicting combat scenes, grave goods worth a fortune. Museum of London specialists Jackie Keeley and Ralph Jackson confirmed it. Emperor Nero staged female gladiator fights in 63 AD, documented by historian Cassius Dio. Emperor Domitian organized battles between women and dwarfs in 89 AD. Satirist Juvenal mocked upper-class women training as gladiators in Satire 6. Relief sculpture from Halicarnassus shows two female fighters named Amazonia and Achillea battling to a draw. They wore the same armor as men: helmets, shields, swords, fought each other and wild beasts. Emperor Septimius Severus banned female gladiators in 200 AD because elite women were volunteering. The ban proves they existed. Widely, popularly, profitably. Mocha Dick, Pacific Ocean, 1810 to 1859. Herman Melville didn't invent Moby Dick. He met an albino sperm whale named Mocha Dick terrorizing the Pacific. Whalers documented encounters for 50 years. Explorer Jeremiah Reynolds published Mocha Dick, or the White Whale of the Pacific, in the Knickerbocker magazine in 1839. The whale earned his name near Mocha Island, Chile. Captain John S. de Blois of ship Desmond reported Mocha Dick attacked his vessel in 1810. Over decades, the whale reportedly destroyed over 20 whaling ships, killed 30 men, survived encounters with over 100 harpoons embedded in his hide. Whale measured 70 feet long, weighed approximately 70 tons. Unlike other whales fleeing hunters, Mocha Dick actively hunted humans, rammed ships, crushed whaling boats with his tail. Swedish whaler Captain Sven Foyn finally killed him in 1859, found 19 harpoon heads in his flesh. Melville's Captain Ahab was inspired by real whalers' obsession with this maritime monster. The Bunny Man, Fairfax County, Virginia, October 1970. Not a campfire story. Real police reports. On October 19, 1970, Air Force Academy cadet Robert Bennett and his fiancée parked near Guinea Road, when a man in a white suit with long bunny ears threw a hatchet through their car window, screaming, "You're on private property and I have your tag number." Fairfax County Police Officer James A. Johnson filed the report. 1 week later, October 29, 1970, security guard Paul Phillips discovered a man dressed as a rabbit chopping at a house porch on Guinea Road. The man threatened Phillips with an axe before fleeing into the woods. Construction worker Timothy Forbes reported similar encounters. Local newspapers Washington Post and Washington Star published the incidents. Reporters Bob Piles and John Daskalakis investigated extensively. The suspect was never caught. Bunnyman Bridge near Colchester Overpass became infamous.